Hey everyone, thank you for joining us for the Call Me Natty podcast. We will be on YouTube for our video podcast, and we will also be on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the show. Hi. Nope. Hey everyone, welcome to the Call Me Natty podcast. My name is Jared.
I'm Chase.
And we are the inventors of the Call Me Natty podcast. So it's a podcast about all things bodybuilding, fitness industry, pretty much a collection of everything. We're just going to cover topics that we like. This is all strictly opinion based. This is our opinion. We're not doctors. We are not professionals in any way, shape, or form.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. So we are strictly doing this out of our own opinion. So we're going to hop in. This is our first inaugural episode. Episode 1.
Call Me Natty podcast.
Yeah.
We're super excited. And this is going to be fun. That's what we're doing this for. We're doing it for fun. So that's why we're here. We hope you guys enjoy it. And
this won't be as super serious. It'll be serious, but it won't be like we want to have fun. We want to have segments. We thought about maybe doing like some protein bar segments. Which one's the best? What company makes the best protein shake? Something like that. I don't know.
Things will change.
Magnum soap.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't already seen, I am sponsored by Magnum Supplements. They are a Canadian brand, and they are super good. If you guys haven't checked them out yet, you should. We'll have everything linked, but we're just going to have them sitting right here in the back just so you guys can constantly get reminded where to get your supplements. Use code CHASE. You'll hear that 1,000 times. So basically, we are going to use this platform to talk about what we want to talk about. And I'm sure we'll change things up a little bit in the future. Yeah. But you'll get to know us along the way. As we go on with this podcast, I'm sure you'll learn a lot more about us. But today we're just going to start off with the Arnold Classic. So
Arnold Classic.
It's still going on, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, they have the Strongman was today.
Oh, the Strongman.
Yeah.
I forgot they were doing the Strongman with it.
Strongman.
Hey, how about the slap contest? What was that?
The slap
Logan
contest.
Paul with the slap contest? Never in a billion years
did
I see Logan Paul being on a bodybuilding stage.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't technically a bodybuilding stage.
Well, he was
slap
promoting it
stage
with Arnold.
Yeah, that's not somewhere you would think to see that guy. But
True.
Yeah, so it's still going on right now. But the actual bodybuilding, the physique competition,
what we're going to talk about,
yeah, the part that we care about is over with now. So we're gonna cover all that and talk about what we saw and what great things are coming out of this competition. I would say it's probably one of the biggest bodybuilding competitions in the world.
Number 2, I would say, right?
Actually, I think it might be the biggest one, just because it has so many different categories and different things in it.
The O is the biggest. Like you know what I mean. Are you saying biggest as in like
event wise? Like it's the biggest event that bodybuilding is a part of, because it's so broad. Like the O, it's the O and
because there's not like we don't have strongman at the Olympics. We certainly don't have slap boxing.
No. So it's like. Anyways, as far as this year, because of COVID and everything, it was a big deal. And then also you had you did have a few people drop out. I think there were only 9 total open bodybuilders that Cedric McMillan dropped out. A few people dropped out last minute, like a week before.
A lot of them were health
related,
right?
Yeah. We're definitely going to get into that, the health of bodybuilding, health risks you take to be in bodybuilding. Yeah. I would say overall it's awesome show, especially for classic physique, which we are going to talk about first.
We definitely want to, let me interject this. Yeah. We definitely want to talk, obviously we're going to talk about what we like. Men's physique and classic are probably going to be our 2 of our biggest topics we cover. I'm a men's physique competitor. You probably can't tell. Classic physique competitor. I've won a show. I've won, my class, I guess. But I'm going to compete this year and be good. I'll be gravy. But, yes, so men's physique is definitely going to be and Classic is going to be our 2 top subjects, but we're going to also cover other stuff and
open bodybuilding, wellness, bikini. Sure. We're going to cover pretty much
wellness,
everything. Wellness is a big one.
Wasn't this the first year for wellness in the O? Or last year, I guess?
Last year was the first ever
hey,
IFBB Wellness Olympia.
There was so much talk about wellness coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the amount of people hyped it up and how it delivered, it was like, okay.
Once we get down to the wellness portion of us going over it with the Arnold Classic, I have a few things I want to talk about for that. So,
all right.
But let's start off with Classic Physique. Terrence Ruffin, congrats to him.
Terrence Ruffin.
Yeah,
Rough Diesel.
Rough Diesel. He won the show and also got Best Posing Award, which is well deserved. He, might I say, be the best poser in the world.
I'm going to say he is definitely top. I think he's
of our time.
Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, as far as like people who are competing at the top level, he is obviously he won the competition for best poser.
I mean, you could win you could definitely win the show without being the best poser.
Oh yeah, people have done it.
Last year, Logan Franklin.
Logan and Terrence being 2 of the top posers.
Easily say that.
I mean, they are,
yes,
in my opinion. I mean, Terrence, you were at the a year, or was it 2 years ago? Or was it last year?
2 years ago.
And you saw Terrence's show.
Yeah,
you saw his posing routine.
his posing routine live, and it literally almost made me cry.
It's
like an emotional thing. Like, you're just like, whoa, this is art.
We watched it. We watched the live stream, and it was just like blown away. I was just like, dude, that was
every
art.
Single one of his posing routines. You are literally locked in.
Posing in one of those things, in my opinion, especially for Classic. Classic is like, it's all about your structure, your shape, and I know it's like your symmetry, but it's like, to me, especially at that level of being a pro, you already have size. Mm-hmm. You're almost required. It's like you gotta have the to come in shape, be shredded. They expect that. Those are the 2 things. It's like, those are the 2 categories that are expected. The thing that separates the top from the top, in my opinion, is the structure of, muscle insertions, all that. And I know that's something you can't control, but it's like certain people just have a certain look, and it's just like, gosh, why is it? He just looks so much better, and it's just the flow of his body, flow of his legs, flow of how this connects to that, and it's just. I mean, that's
why C-Bomb's the best right now, is because his structure and his build. Like, yes, say he had a different structure. And he had the same amount of muscle mass and everything, he would look great, but probably not winning Olympia. It's all about his structure. I mean,
100%.
His genetics are there. So,
easily. Greatest lat spread.
Ever. For sure. So Terrence, number 1. Ramon, or Dino, or Dino, however you say that.
Mr. Ramon.
You
got to roll those R's.
Urs, Breon, Michael, and Peter. I think the placing was very, very fair in the Classic division.
Yeah.
Terrence, well deserved. Conditioning was great. Posing, whatever.
Ramon
symmetry.
Taking second.
Ramon and Urs, it was a toss up.
I think Ramon is definitely more complete in the sense of, like, he looks more dense. He looks more solid. Obviously, he's got massive arms. I don't know if you've ever seen him.
Yeah, they look almost disproportionate.
Yeah, like, and I don't know.
But, I mean, in Classic, you have to have good arms. That's like.
Yes. It's not that his arms are disproportionate, but it's just like they're so beefy. Like, he's got great biceps, but to me, when I look at it, when he poses, his forearms are so massive that it looks like a solid log.
Yeah, Popeye looking.
Kind of coming around. But he's everything else. Phenomenal vacuum, crazy tiny waist. I don't know what his waist is, but it looks insanely small.
Yeah.
Urs, I think Urs is one of the guys I think will ultimately win it one day because of his structure.
Yeah, he's got the structure. Structure's there. He's still young and new to the sport. Not the sport, but new to IFBB. And I think he's got a long career ahead of him, and I don't see him going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, as long as he's healthy, he's good.
I think he's going to be the guy who gives C-Bone a run for his money.
I mean, obviously, Terrence, we're not putting anything past Terrence.
No.
And I know a lot of people made that comparison, Ramon to C-Bone the last couple of days or last couple of months between this O and coming in this one, especially the Arnold. But it was like, hey, guys, there's 2 other guys in front.
Yeah, he's got to pass 2 other guys. And it's funny because Terrence Ruffin, Chris Bumstead, 2 completely different structures, 2 completely different shapes. The height is all over the place.
Yeah,
the weight distribution is of the body is just way different. And it's like they always have to have, like, to keep it fun, they always have to have a taller guy and they have to have a shorter guy.
But it's also not about how big you are.
No,
I mean, size matters, but in classic, it is, in my opinion, the first thing to look at, and I don't know any judges.
Yeah.
Structure and shape is the first thing.
100%.
Because you're required to come in with muscle mass and conditioning.
Yep.
Those are 2 things. It's like that's not even, if that comes up on the board, it's like, yeah, you're already.
Well, you shouldn't even be a pro at that point if you can't come in conditioned. Yeah. But anyways, I think as far as placing, it was pretty fair. Breon at 4th. I think that's Breon actually looked really good.
He did.
He looked really good.
His legs.
Let's say something. Breon is 42 years old. 42.
Dude.
He's one of the oldest people.
He's almost double
in
the age
IFBB
of some of these guys.
Yeah, like I think
What is Chris, 27?
I think Urs is only like.
I thought Urs was older.
Google that. Google Urs.
I could have sworn Urs was approaching 30.
What?
I could be wrong.
I think he's younger than that, bro. Because people are calling him like young blood and stuff like that.
I mean, but that could just be to the IFBB.
To the IFBB. But I think he's actually young, though. I want to say he's pretty young. If not, he looks young.
He does. He has a very young look.
Yeah.
That's why I thought, I was like, dude, this is a kid up here.
Yeah, but Breon, he's 42 years old. And the guy's
2-time Olympian winner.
2-time Olympia. He's still competing. He's still in shape. He still has muscle. And he looks like he looks like he's half his age. Like,
I was definitely wrong.
What is it? Was Urs?
Urs is 23.
Yeah. Urs is 2 years younger than me. What am I doing? How much is this kid eating? That's what I want to know.
That comes down to it is like he's just got genetics.
People
like genetics is your number one role in your obviously in your body of what your body is going to do. Now, obviously, when you get to your genetic potential, and then when you introduce PEDs, it's just going to hype that up even more.
Yep.
But Urs being 23, and what did he finish? He was
4th at Olympia.
4th at
and
Olympia.
then 3rd this show.
Because it was C-Bone, Terrence, Breon, then Urs, and then Ramon. I think he took 5th.
I believe.
Yeah, I'm pretty
not
sure.
Not 100% sure, but I know the first 4 are right. Yeah.
But with the Arnold, Urs came in 3rd, Breon in 4th, and then Ramon came in 2nd. So Ramon took over Urs, even though he beat him in Olympia last year. And I think that goes to show is like Ramon is definitely bringing his A game this year. Do I think he'll win? I don't think he will. Chris has just got too solid of, I guess I would say, a foundation in what he's doing. As far as the classic physique, I mean, what is Chris? He's 27. That's
still young.
What would you consider being like? I know it's different for different people. What would you consider the age of like? All right, maybe I should start looking at maybe retiring, wrapping this up. Because I don't know. Because it's different. I mean, like you said, Breon, 42, and he's still at the Arnold, still going to the O.
Yep.
And he looks insane. And speaking of that, I was watching. I don't know if it was Nick, Strength and Power, or if it was my boy Hart. Shout out to Hart. Breon's legs. There were several videos leading up to the Arnold. Was like, man, his legs don't look good. Not that they don't look good. They look like they've downsized. But then he shows up and it was like, whoa, those things look crispy.
They might have looked a little smaller leading up to the show, but I think it was because his conditioning was on point.
He's always in shape.
I wouldn't say always. There's been a few years at Olympia where he's actually the first year he won, I would say was one of his worst shapes.
Really?
Yeah, kind of funny. But I mean,
Classic has only been around.
Well, it was his first. It was the first class. He won the first Classic Physique show at Olympia. So it was like they were really trying. They were going more off shape at that point, like actual shape, not like in shape, not like conditioning. So everyone's conditioning wasn't as extreme as it is now because they've developed over the years and they've gotten to where like you have to be conditioned for almost every division now, except for like.
And I've wanted to say I've heard
Bikini, but now it's like
I've heard they want to, and I don't know how true this is, but I've heard some people hint at like Classic potentially going to more like a little bit softer and having more of just like focusing on your structure and not just being how peeled you can be.
Well, that's coming from the health aspect of it because you getting so lean is actually the most the highest risk, I guess.
Stressful thing on your body.
Yeah, it's the most taxing on your body. So it's like getting that lean is what makes it difficult as far as your health goes. But Peter Moltner started. It came in at 6th. Peter Moltner.
He looks good.
He has a crazy structure. I don't even know what his fault is, but I haven't done much research on him recently, but I know when I first saw him come into Classic Physique because he's coming from bodybuilding, I was like, dang, this dude's, his arms, his legs, he's just got like a complete 3D, like his muscle bellies are insane. He just got like a 3D look. Like he does like a side tricep and his arm grows like 4 inches, it looks like. But, and his conditioning's always on point. So, one other thing I want to say about Classic Physique and really, bodybuilding recently in general is the sportsmanship between competitors has been awesome. Like it makes it a little interesting if there's like a little beef going on.
It hypes it up. It gets people watching.
Between Breon and C-Bum was fun and all that, but it's like at the end of the day, like they're just bros.
Yeah,
and
I think that's kind of squashed. I don't want to say squashed.
It's not squashed, but
it's a little softer.
People know their place now. So.
Yeah, it's like it's a little bit easier now. Of like, because I know Breon last year when I think we discussed this. I think when he took his shirt off to flex and show, I think that was the ultimate sign of like, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
Of like the
package. I don't know what that was. I don't know. That was dumb.
That's just what I've heard. That's what I've heard from like I saw it from other sources of like I probably wouldn't have done that. Maybe.
Well, for one, it's like you're coming to the show to see the show, so
don't show it off early.
Like it's like I don't know. It's show day for a reason because you're showing on that day. It's not like I don't know, whatever. People post pictures the day before and all kinds of stuff. So it's like I don't know.
He's won it twice.
He doesn't have to Mr. Olympia.
He's like, we know nothing.
But
like I said at the beginning, this is our opinion.
Yeah. So where I was going with that is like Terrence and Urs did a whole workout together. They did a photo shoot together, and it was super cool. And it's cool that this is a sport. Like a lot of times you see other sports like give me an example. Like basketball teams, you don't see you don't see players from
like
other
opposing teams.
Yeah, like it's a rivalry, and it's almost like they can't even communicate or look at each other, and it's like.
I mean, baseball is kind of like that. Like, people hang out, or they don't take it so personal. It's just like, hey,
Well, it's good that
this is
they
our
can
sport.
Be like that. Yeah,
it's a competition. Yeah. We know we have to face each other. I'm not gonna hate you for it, but it's like I get that where it's like, hey, if we hype this up a little bit, we can get. If anything, I like the hype because it introduces other people to the sport, possibly.
Yeah, and it's funny though because some people just show up and hate everyone. I mean, I've been to a show and been backstage, and people they act like they hate everyone just because you're competing against.
Beat you.
Yeah,
it's like, all right, relax, guy.
Hey man,
you look good.
Yeah, we've all prepped for this show, and there's no reason to. I've met a few guys who are super cool. Met them backstage, and we talk, and it kind of makes you feel better when you talk to someone backstage and can like chat it up and just it kind of takes some nerves off. So these guys backstage are super cool with each other, and see them working out after the show and posing together.
That's how you gain friends.
Yeah,
and I mean, crap, it's like that could get you introduced to. I don't know, new coaches, new this, new that. It's literally a whole thing. Because, like, even with my show, the guys I competed against, we were backstage shooting the breeze until we were on. It was like,
yeah,
and it made it more chill, relaxed.
absolutely.
Not,
Makes the whole experience
a
better.
little bit stress less.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just focus on being the best you can be, I guess. So.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is the sportsmanship in this and in the whole bodybuilding world is really cool for the most part.
Yeah.
But yeah, so moving on from classic physique to bikini.
Bikini.
Yeah, so in the future we will cover a lot more of bikini and wellness.
And we've got some competitors who will be on the show with us.
Yeah,
we're definitely going to be able to give you better insight because we kind of know, but it's like, to be honest, sometimes I don't know what judges are looking for in bikini.
I don't think the judges know what the judges are looking for in bikini sometimes, so it's okay. But I will say, finally, Laura Lee got what she deserved, and
she looked insane.
I feel like we were all waiting for that, and because honestly, no one else has a stage presence like she does in the bikini division. She's confident. She has like the perfect amount of sass. Like that's a big part of bikini, and
you got to be confident.
Yeah, you got to be confident. Her flow is amazing. Her conditioning was on point. Her color was perfect. Her color for her bikini was a perfect choice. Like everything aligned for her, and you could tell in her walk as soon as she walked out on stage, you could tell she had that confidence, and she was taking home the W.
Yeah, for sure.
The other 5 people on this list. Congratulations. I don't know much about you, but I mean, I know like Alicia and
Alicia. We've watched her before.
Yeah, and honestly, the top 6, after Laura Lee, like I don't know what differentiates them between. Like Laura Lee stood out.
We're gonna have other people on this.
That's
podcast
why we need
show.
more opinion on that than just ours. Anyways,
we'll cover bikini in the future.
Yeah, where we're getting at is we're going to get more in depth in that in the future, but we'll have someone who has a little bit more knowledge in that category. Hopefully, we get that in several categories.
Thanks.
But
moving on to men's physique, my category.
E-Banks.
Hey, shout out to Aaron. Hey, Aaron Banks. My man was a rookie last year and finished second.
Came up quick
in the Olympia.
That is insane.
Finished second. First off, this guy's back. I'm a huge fan of Andre Dayu. I think he's probably got one of the greatest backs, and I know somebody will be like, "You're an idiot." That guy's back thickness and shape is unbelievable. Mm-hmm. The only person I think that rivals him, I mean, obviously, Hendrickson. I mean,
yeah,
that dude's back is massive.
I think he's gonna win until he doesn't want to win.
Aaron Banks is and I say this. I think Aaron Banks fills out more. That will be the day he takes him down. And I say that, and I'm being very light when I say that because Aaron, obviously, he's number 2, looks insane, but that dude's back when he throws out. When he throws out his arms to hit his back shot, it looks like he grows. Like it doesn't make sense to me because he does this huge open shot and then he lands and you're just like, and he's one of those guys that I also think is like, I know men's physique is not about posing necessarily.
Yeah. Every division is about posing, 100%.
I know it's about.
I know what you mean though,
but it's not about the flair of how you know his. But his posing, he's got so much flair and presence to his posing that it's sometimes to me, and I know this is going. It almost seems like it's a little much, but at the same time, it fits him because he's a rookie, he's young, and he's the fact that he blew up that quick still blows my mind because. You got Aaron Banks winning the Arnold. You got Emmanuel Hunter. Also, he looked insane. That dude's back. That dude's got some thick muscle bellies. Diego. First off, Diego. Dude's got the tiniest waist I think I've ever seen. I can promise. It looks like his fingers can almost touch. Like it's insane. Then we got Antoine Weatherspoon. Choi, and then Terrence, and all these guys looked phenomenal. But covering Aaron just because he was second in the world last year, and he's definitely hungry to come after Brandon. But obviously, I know Brandon's going to be bringing his.
He's got a good bit of time to improve, too. I mean,
he does.
That's in October, into October,
I believe.
Olympia. It's back in Vegas.
Yes, switch back.
I think.
I wish it was back in Florida because I wanted to go.
Oh, well,
I do want to go still, but it's like it would be easier in Florida.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because
I mean, y'all drove last time, but if you flew, it'd be about the same.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I will be there, actually.
I think we'll both be there. I'm just trying to think of.
We'll be covering it on here, Call Me Natty Podcast.
Sure. But Aaron Banks, shout out to him. He's definitely coming. And the thing is, with him being with him being taller than Brandon, he's, like I'm saying, he fills out even more. He is going to be massive.
Yeah.
Massive, dude. But,
I agree.
Yeah, men's physique is blowing up. And shout out again to Hart. That dude's channel is blowing up on YouTube of covering men's physique. And he's starting to dabble more into other stuff as well.
Okay.
Even though he started with men's, but he's bringing a bigger light to men's physique, which I think is good because it's like men's physique is transforming. Like, hey, some of those dudes, they could switch to classic.
Oh, easily. I think Brandon Hendrickson's going to switch to classic in a few years.
I do too.
I think when he gets tired of winning men's physique, he's going to switch. He's going to switch to
you
classic.
Get tired of. I hate being number one.
Man,
Stinks.
One again. Let me switch to classic. Give me a challenge.
Yeah, but
I mean, honestly, that's kind of like what Logan Franklin.
He's got good-looking legs too. I don't know if you've ever seen him.
Oh yeah, trust me. They're a little undersized for classic physique. I mean,
he could go into a show right now and win though.
Easily.
But I'm saying
he's still a pro. So he's still got to compete against pros.
He would definitely do better than people think.
Let's go on this segue. Do you think that it is fair that if you earn your pro card in one division, whether it be male or female, if you earn your pro card in, let's say, men's physique,
mm-hmm.
do you think you should have to start back from square one with classic physique, or do you think because you have your pro card, you have your pro card, and
that's a tough one.
Yeah.
I would say no.
I mean, imagine Brandon Hendrickson coming to.
But I mean, that's
the
kind
Biloxi show and do an NPC show.
No.
Wins classic goes to a national. Well, I mean, the least they could do is go to like the amateur Olympia, and.
No, I think when you're a pro, you're a pro because at that point it's on you if you want to switch.
Even in Masters.
I would say even Masters. Because, like I said, if it's only you're taking the risk of like, okay, I'm leaving my division. Because here's the thing: if you leave, you're not just going to get blown out of the water and be like, "Oh God, I need to go right back."
Yeah,
that's going to look worse.
Yeah, it would look worse.
So I don't think. I think once you're a pro, and then you have to. It's like, hey, if you want to be in this division, you have to beat these pros.
Yeah,
yeah,
it makes sense.
Because they could go in there and win just off. Oh my God, it's Brandon Hendrickson.
You don't want to be a pro and be getting last coming in, like coming from a different division. You don't want to get last. You want to come in and make it,
And that's why I think perfect example,
waves.
Logan Franklin.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Logan Franklin's legs for men's physique, I verbatim, I remember telling him this. If I was at a show and I saw that guy, because he won and he pulled up his shorts to flex his quads.
I remember this.
And I was like,
that was at the Arnold.
I was like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Why are you in men's?
Yeah.
You are clearly built for classic. Obviously, he was building himself to go to classic, so he wouldn't have such a large.
Yeah, you can't just say, all right, I'm going to classic and take 2 years off. Like, shows are how these guys make their money.
Yeah.
It's how they keep their sponsors. It's how they get more publicity for themselves. So it's like, you don't want to say, all right, I'm doing classic, so I'm going to take 2 to 3 years off and build size. And then it's like, I'm going to win as many shows as I can, get as much money as I can until they literally kick me out.
Because a lot of these guys, and I'm not sure exactly who, I mean, I could probably name a few, but it's like some of them coach. So, it's not like back in the older days of bodybuilding, it's like Ronnie Coleman was a cop. That was his full-time job as well as bodybuilding. These guys, they are full-time. He was a natural cop. It was crazy. Full-time competitor. as well as they also coach. Terrence Ruffin, he's a coach. He coaches other people. It's like that's how he makes money. I'm sure he makes very well off of sponsorships or whatever else he does. YouTube is a huge game for people. Like right now, if you don't, and I forgot, I think you told me this. If you don't have social media going, YouTube presence, whatever like that, for you as a professional in any sense, you're wasting your time.
I'm wasting my time over here, guys.
Well, you're not a pro yet, but I'm saying like, you get what I'm saying. It's like, and I'm not saying,
right. No, you're right.
I'm not saying just for revenue, but it's like, hey, if you want yourself to be out there to push 100%. More, like C-Bum, he's got an app for, hey, buy my program. YouTube, what's he got? I think he just hit 1 million subs not too long ago. It's like, that's a large portion of people.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the algorithm is as far as like 250, 300,000 views, what you would get paid for that, but I would be willing. It's a pretty nice check.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah, it's better than zero.
And just the exposure. It's not even necessarily about the money that's like going into your bank account. It's more of like the exposure.
That's what I'm saying.
And so many different sources of revenue come through that too. So like for me, like if I were to use a YouTube video, I'm not going to get any money from that, but I can shout out my products. I can exactly. I do online coaching, so I could use that to advertise that. I'm a personal trainer, so just the more exposure, the better off you're going to be as far as that. But I think that was a big segue.
A large segue.
Anyways, now wellness.
Wellness.
The wellness division.
Interesting division.
Very interesting, very new. They look good. This is my favorite female division. I won't talk about my least favorite, but this is my favorite.
Okay.
This is my favorite female division for several reasons. One, because it's a very unique look that they're going for, which they haven't necessarily established yet. Every show has been different as far as like the top 5. Like they all look different.
They're kind of all dancing around the top, like the top, like Urishna or Urishna.
Urishna, that's it.
Is that?
Yeah, Urishna. She strange things have happened to her the last few shows. Like she'll look super lean, like 3 days out, and then all of a sudden she just looks watery, like the day of the show.
I don't know if that's like a carb up or like her like carb load or whatever it is,
but
if
it's purposely.
That's not. So that's the other thing of because they don't. It's like, what is the division supposed to be? Are we supposed to be jacked quads and shredded,
like
or
vascular,
or more soft but looking thick still, but still maintaining an ab line, good shape, and you can see hamstring separation, everything tie in without being just peeled to the bone.
Issa is the one who won. Isabel, I think, is how you pronounce her name. Well deserved. I would have picked her as well. Her conditioning was great. Posing was great. I will say Angela, I think she has a great physique as well. Her posing was the top 3 girls had definitely the best posing. Their posing set them apart. Sunny had good posing. Her posing improved a lot. But anyways, I think they're still trying to figure out exactly what they're looking for. I know
they're dialing it in for sure.
I watched Sunny's Q&A after her last show, the Texas State that I did, and she was there. I watched her Q&A, and
shout out.
Her critiques were that she be less lean. So she was
less lean.
She was too lean, is what they told her. That's why she.
He did get a photo with her, and we'll throw that up.
Yeah,
she was absolutely dialed.
Yeah, she was very, very lean, and
even for this show, like her separation in her like this quad shot or this hamstring shot from behind. Her first off, her quad flare.
Yeah,
I want legs like this.
Yeah, I think every guy could say like, "Hey," without every competitor would be like, "Why can't I have a?"
She's got some of. Like she's got quad genetics to the max.
Quad genetic, glute genetics, everything genetics.
Yeah, she looked phenomenal.
Should we call me Natty this?
Call me Natty.
So
nah, we can do it another one. We can do it another one.
All right, we'll save that for.
We'll just cut that out.
All right.
But so Isabella, she took the win. She looked phenomenal. Like you said, her suit, everything she was wearing, or like her presence, her color, everything. She always has a really good color, and I know that's.
I think it's because she's naturally dark. Like she's pretty dark.
Yeah.
Anyways, Yeah, everybody else looked really good. Urishna, she's got some things to figure out.
Fifth place for Urishna. Didn't she win? She won the New York State, or she won the New York Pro last year. Last year, right?
2021.
And there was so much hype going around here just because she was like, she just looked insane.
She does. She looks insane. I will say, though,
she's got sass and flair.
I'm going to bring this up.
Yeah.
I think she highly edits her Instagram pictures.
Oh, well, I mean, sure. I'm sure everyone
by
does.
highly, I mean like.
You mean Photoshop?
Photoshop.
It's possible. I mean, whatever to make it look good and get, whatever. Hey, Instagram is not. Instagram, social media is not
reality.
Real. That's why I will bring this up because I've seen this argument and it is the most nerve-wracking thing. Oh man, that dude's way bigger than. It's like, buddy, stage shows are not Instagram.
Yeah, put them on stage next to each other and then see who's bigger.
I've heard so many people, and I won't say like specific names, but I've like people who've like compared this person to like C-Bum or this person to Rami or to, it's like there's not these are guys who are 235 lean, and I'm not talking like, oh yeah, he's lean. They're peeled.
Yeah,
they're 5% body fat. That means it's all muscle.
Like literally every single bit of his muscle.
So the comparison of like people on stage versus Instagram is not close. So please stop making that comparison. Oh, he's way bigger. Yeah, on Instagram, where you can Photoshop stuff. Guess what? You can't Photoshop muscles on stage, my man. And hey, guess what? Being bigger doesn't matter about structure. Doesn't matter about your shape, your flow.
You know what? We want to know what a competitor really looks like. Go on NPC News Online and search their name.
Facts.
That's where you can really know what they look like. Except for me, don't look at mine.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get it.
Don't look at mine.
People like even competitors. I've seen like you look at their Instagram. Yes, of course they're gonna put the best photos up.
Absolutely.
They want likes. They want likes. They want.
I'm guilty of it.
I mean, what is it? It's promotional products. Yeah, I'm not gonna put up a crappy photo of myself.
Yeah,
I want the best.
I mean, you definitely shouldn't like Photoshop it to the point where like you're making your arm bigger, but like
the wall is warped.
Yeah, there's a line
this chair is literally just whoop.
But edits, color change, whatever, color. What is it called? Grading, color grading,
color corrections,
overlays. Not a big deal. You just want to make the photo look good. I get that, totally get that. But like to the point where you're making yourself like, or even like over turning like the structure up too much or something like that.
I think either Nick Strength and Power or I think they both did it. More Plates, More Dates. Derek, we're talking about. I'd have to find his name. They were talking about his stage shots versus the actual like in crowd shots that they got, and you can see the Photoshop difference, and it's like, I get it, but it's like, dude, you're already a freak of nature, so it's like,
whatever.
But anyways, and then topping off, last subject for our first episode.
Yep.
Men's open bodybuilding. Going to the tippity top, Mr. Brandon Curry solidifying his victory at the Arnold. He looked, I'd say this is probably one of the best he's ever looked.
See, that's what I said too. But
Friday
night, trash. Should have got fourth. Saturday night,
you think?
100%. Saturday night,
he's dried out and got.
He looked. He
tightened up. A lot.
He dialed it in. Whatever he had to do to get it pulled in, I still don't think he should have got first.
You think William Bonac should have been?
Here's one thing we need to talk about. This is a great thing to talk about. Why can't, in the bodybuilding world, we forget about the past? A physique should be judged by its physique, not what you've won in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So I think him being Mr. Olympia gave him that little push.
See, I would agree with you, but at the same time, it's like, well, if he was Olympia and he's beat these other guys, and not to the sense of like, oh well, this show he came in looking horrendous. because he looked.
It's not that he looked bad, and I even think he may have gained a little bit of size on his legs. Like that's what his critiques were from Olympia. He gained size in his legs.
Well,
and I think he may have gained a little bit, but I don't know.
Bonac looked really good.
Bonac looked really good. I'm not a huge fan of his midsection, but it's all about structure, tie-in,
he can't really do anything about that.
He can't do well. He could. He can control it better.
Yeah,
I will say the best conditioning on this stage, out of everybody on the stage, was Justin Rodriguez.
Hey,
his conditioning was insane. Congratulations, AJ Sims.
Yes,
you are the king of conditioning.
I was gonna say I started following Justin a little bit ago, but not like from the beginning of whatever. Yeah. But I remember seeing AJ Sims post about Justin because he's like that's his open guy.
Yeah.
And every time he posts, the guy looks like he's made out of like concrete.
Yeah, he looks like cement factory.
Literally, the cement. Yeah. What is it? The pig.
Cement factory. The pig. The pit. Wait. The
cement
dump.
Yeah, the cement dump. He's got a little pig on it or whatever.
Oh yeah. He's got. That's his little thing.
Yeah, his logo and everything.
Calls all his athletes pigs.
But every time he posts a picture of him, even in the off season, like obviously he's fluffier, but even then he's like, dude, he still looks phenomenal. I'll say he's a great great poser.
He's complete. Yeah,
he's a great
poser. He's complete.
I love his little
classic. He's like he poses like a classic.
Well, I was gonna say
classic competitor.
I've seen a lot of people talk about how like his best pose is his front double, and he always does like a little hip lean and a little twist, and it makes his waist look so tiny, and he looks great.
Yep.
But Justin's definitely a guy to be watching out for sure.
Samson, same thing with Samson.
Yeah.
I think as far as the placing and everything, I probably would have put. If you could have changed it, what would you have done?
Just because I love Justin and I don't want to play favorites, I would have maybe moved him to fourth.
Nope.
Maybe.
I would have put him at second.
Really?
I was
gonna say maybe fourth or third, depending.
I think I would have put William Bonac, Justin, Brandon Curry, Steve Kuclo, Samson, Brett.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, well, I'm not a judge, so.
That's true. Hey, these are our opinions.
That's my opinion.
Opinions.
That's why I don't get paid to say that.
Yeah. I think Steve looked good. I don't think he was as good as he's looked ever. I think last year he looked really, because he looked massive last year. And I know he's a bigger guy, but I think Steve looked good, but I think he could have probably been a little better.
Hey, man, you know what I just thought of?
What?
I'm only one step away from Justin Rodriguez. My coach is coached by AJ Sims. So if I get half the conditioning that Justin does, I'll win every show I do. Just half of it.
And what does Justin sit at? Like, I don't even know his weight.
Heavy.
Is he?
He's heavy, yeah. I think he's also
I need to get these guys' weights and see what they're like.
Here, let's go on Justin's page. Since this is our last one, we can spend a little bit of time on it. Let's go on Justin's page. I bet he posted what his weight was.
And also Brett Wilkin took in 6th.
Okay, look. So Brett got 6th. I don't know what place Regan got in, but, dude, I love Regan.
What
Grimes.
happened? I didn't.
Regan Grimes lost 12 pounds in about a day and a half.
From what?
Of what? I have no idea. It had to be fluid. I mean, you can't lose 12.
Did he get sick or something?
No. I don't know what.
Interesting.
I don't know what that is. And I would think that when it happened, him being with Milos, but I don't know, man.
Oh, he has new coach?
Yeah.
Milos?
I think I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with that. But
Regan's also crazy young. What is he, 26?
I don't think he's that young.
You don't? I'll check.
I'm not sure.
But he's another guy. He's like, the moment he puts everything together, he's going to be dangerous. I mean, he's already dangerous, but he's going to be like, whoa. He's huge, big guy. He brings really good conditioning, especially for being a guy that size.
Holy moly.
What?
I just found out how much Justin weighed.
Let me guess, 280. Too high?
262 pounds.
On stage?
That was no. That was waking up. What was 2 days ago? I was waking up Friday morning. So that was the day of the show. He woke up at 262 pounds.
Holy gosh.
262
Regan
pounds.
Grimes, he's 28.
Okay, so Regan's
Still
28.
very, very young guy.
He's got plenty of time.
Oh, yes.
I love his physique. Okay, so look, I'm actually reading AJ Sim's story right now, talking about Justin. And he said, I believe we peaked so perfectly for Friday night, it was nearly impossible to hold another 24 hours exactly the same. So anything less than Friday night was going to be considered off from the night prior, which is totally true. His conditioning was insane. And he said, lastly, no, we didn't do burgers and fries after prejudging. No, he didn't load harder, actually a bit less food or load insulin. Yes, I let too much play-by-play videos and commentary get into my head what needed to be done for day 2. Usually I turn off my phone from social media and YouTube when peaking people, so that's on me as a coach. Well, that's cool that he took
ownership of
accountability, self-accountability. And
the dude's a phenomenal coach.
I don't think you can get a better coach than AJ Sims.
He's also, I mean, he's a very good guy. He's a Christian guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's very.
I respect him.
He's just very. I mean, have you ever seen his shots, like his stage shots?
Oh yeah, he looks crazy.
Dude,
but he'll tell you right there. He's like, "This is why I coach people because I can't do it."
He's got.
But he looks insane.
His midsection. I remember seeing like his old posts, and I'm like, that doesn't look human. How unbelievably ripped he is. Like the body fat he gets to is absurd. And I remember looking at AJ Sims' story for like his coach or for his clients, and you're like, oh man, I got 300 grams of cereal, and I'm like, I want 300 grams of cereal.
I have almost that many. I have 150 carbs from cereal.
Hey, you know how much cereal I get?
0.
None.
I'm bulking.
I get 0. I'm main gaining, but
Main gain.
yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I mean, it was a phenomenal show. It was definitely in the realm of like shows. That was the show. I mean, Classic Physique had what 4 of the top 5 guys in it.
Yeah, that was
Urs, Ramon, Breon, and Terrence. I mean, that was your top 5 Olympians right there, or top 4 of the 5. Like that's a nutty show.
Mm-hmm.
Men's physique, crazy show. Aaron taking it. Wellness with Isabella, and men. Brandon Curry. Brandon Curry is just like, how old is Brandon Curry?
40. Brandon Curry is 30. No. Brandon Curry. But it would actually surprise you how old Brandon Curry is.
I'm about to tell you right now. 39.
Yeah.
Brandon Curry is 39.
He's 3 years younger than Breon Ainsley.
He's 39.
He's got gray hair, though.
Yeah, he does. Rami's 37.
Hey, I'm actually looking over on meal plan right now. I don't have any cereal. I was just kidding. It's new.
Bonac,
Okay,
Bonac's 39. And then old Nick Walker. I have to bring up Nick Walker just because he's the mutant.
Dude,
27.
I found out some stuff about Nick Walker.
Some stuff.
You ready for this?
Yeah, good.
So Nick Walker actually didn't do the Arnold Classic because him and Matt split up.
That was really?
Yeah, so he wanted – okay, so it was a weird thing. Nick Walker did not want to do the Arnold Classic because Brett did the Arnold Classic because they're coached by the same people we know. So, yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So he was like, he's like, yeah, I'm not doing the Arnold Classic. And that's actually what caused the little whatever between them. And then, of course, Matt's with Raw, so he's like, oh, get out of here.
And now he's gone.
Not like Raw took a hit from that because they have Chris Bumstead. What else do they need? Nothing.
I mean, and he's part owner, so that's the other thing.
Yeah. Well, so anyways, if anybody knows a good coach, Nick Walker's need.
I mean, who did he go to? I forgot. He picked
Nobody yet.
Yeah, no, he did.
Oh,
he picked up another coach, younger guy.
I remember this yet.
I remember Nick covered it. He covered it a couple weeks.
Power?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know. I watched it. I just can't remember his name.
I've been watching Bro Chat, and I guess I haven't watched the most recent one, but
it was like somebody was saying it was a little bit not controversial, but it's just because he's like his coach is a very young guy, and I'll put him up. But
did he make an announcement on Instagram?
that was the thing. It wasn't necessarily an announcement. It was more like the guy commented. He says, like, yeah, you know,
well,
my coach and I
want to see an announcement from Nick Walker before I believe anything.
Okay. I mean, you can go and look at the post. His coach made a little comment. Yeah, me and Nick or something.
Well, I've been watching Fuad's Bro Chat, and I haven't heard him say anything. But I don't think I've seen the most recent one, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
But I just want to – I don't know. I think especially a sponsor. He's going to need a sponsor.
Oh, well, I'm sure he'll have that. It's Nick Walker.
Yeah. He has jumped around a good bit the last few years.
I mean, he's 27. He won the Arnold last year. Yeah, he's 27. Okay. Won the Arnold last year. Looked – you know what? I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be honest. I didn't like Nick Walker. Not as a person. I didn't like his body as far as like his structure and everything. I think he looks good.
Yeah. No, he looks great. His wow factor is insane.
Conditioning is good. He's to be as big as he is, he might have, and I may be a stretch here, I don't know. He might have some of the best midsection control.
Oh, for sure, yeah. But I don't like the shape of it though.
I mean,
it's nothing you can change. Yeah. Nothing you can change, but it's just like it just happens.
He's got the freaky. I mean, he's called the mutant for a reason, but he's got that freak wow factor, and it's just kind of like, you know, I don't know what would be the thing to set him up to be like a potential top. Hey, these are the top 2 call outs right here for the O or whatever. But yeah. So.
Well, he didn't compete this year in the
True.
Arnold. He would be at Olympia.
Oh, 100%.
Facts. The only reason I'm not the biggest fan of his physique, when I look at it, I don't know.
Is it just not pretty?
I'm just not a fan of his physique. I don't know why. Like I look at
opinions.
Yeah, opinions. But I mean, obviously, it's good enough to be an Olympia and the Arnold and all that. So it doesn't. My opinion doesn't even matter. It's just like I don't like.
I think he looks good, but I just prefer. I would prefer I would prefer Brandon Curry over him.
Yeah, 2 of my favorite physiques. Excuse me. 2 of my favorite physiques in open bodybuilding are actually Ian Valliere. I love the shape of his physique. Everything looks. He
just has massive shoulders.
Yeah, his triceps suck, but he'll tell you that. Ian Valliere, and then I actually love Steve Kuclo.
Steve Kuclo, yeah.
Yeah, his physique's cool. I mean, the dude's like 6'2", 285 pounds.
On stage.
Yeah, on stage. Crazy.
Like,
I met him in person.
Big man.
And I was like looking like I'm right at 6'4", and I was like almost eye level with this dude, and he's like 2 times as wide as me. His arms are like freaking massive, and I'm just like, all right.
He's got legs for arms. Yeah. Yeah. He's a big man.
Big dude. But anyways, I think that pretty much wraps up the Arnold Classic as far as the bodybuilding portion. And like I said, we'll cover more. We're going to do more research for our future podcasts. We're going to have different segments in here.
Yeah. But we wanted to start the first episode with covering the Arnold, covering the winners.
We got to have an icebreaker of some sort. So that's a really good one.
This is going to progress and change, and things are going to be different, and we're going to, like I said, this is our opinions. We're just trying to have fun with this, and, I mean, if you have a different opinion, please leave it in the comments.
Yes,
let us know.
Comment down below.
We want to be engaging with people.
Yes, 100%. If you want to leave a comment below, if you guys made it to the end of the podcast, leave down below what you think the open bodybuilding order should have been. Just do the top 5. And we would like to hear your opinion, because it does matter.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast. This is the first episode of Call Me Natty, and we will see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Peace out.